So we're halfway through 2020. Only halfway. Have we learned anything? Well, let's see. We've had COVID-19, a pandemic that changed a lot. Man, crazy times, businesses closing down, people locking down. Oil prices then crashed about the same time. That affected a lot of people. Then you have the George Floyd reaction. Uh, that's making a lot of people think, I think. A lot of conversations going on. And then it's election year. So hang on. It'll probably get worse. We're only halfway done with this. But let's look at it a little bit. So, George Floyd reaction. That's kind of made the positive in that is it's kind of made me think a little bit. Some things might not be quite the way they were painted. Now, no one wants the riots. That's going too far, tearing all these stuff down. I mean, everybody's got an opinion on that, I guess. Personally, I guess I don't think we should be allowing them just to tear statues down in history and all that stuff. But if I was an 8-year-old boy living in the South and I was in a civics class and I was learning about the Civil War, those statues might repulse me. So I kind of get some of that. Colin Kaepernick, when he did his kneel down thing, it was a big irreverent to the flag and disrespectful. Truth behind that was he had first sat on the bench instead of kneel down to make a statement for, police brutality. Well, that didn't really come out much what he was trying to say, just very little bit of that. In fact, one of his friends, a military friend, a decorated military friend of his, said, "Hey, don't sit down, kneel down. Get out where everybody else is and kneel down." Kneel down is it's more of a respectable thing than just a sit. So he did that. He was strong with what his message was, and he knelt down. Now, his message wasn't really getting across. I think it's probably now getting across a little more that people are a little more, I don't know, they're thinking through things a little bit. But again, we don't need the riots, and maybe the police, there needs to be some police reform, in my opinion, again. More better screening, more training for sure. And they pay them. Who wants to be a cop, But you have to train these people in how to keep things down and not escalate a situation, because things got escalated fast. They probably should have arrested that cop immediately rather than wait 2 days and let this shitstorm happen the way it did. But as far as business goes in 2020, it's been a lot of changes for a lot of people. A lot of people have to adapt. If you own a gym, if you own a restaurant, you have to adapt on how you manage your clientele. In my business, I have to adapt, maybe because of the oil field quite a bit. And another thing, just people don't want customer visits. I kind of like visiting customers, and right now that's sort of a act of Congress to do that. So I'll adapt. I can see how it can happen, and moving forward, I can do it. I'm 60 years old, and if I can adapt to a new way of doing things, anybody can. So let's not curl up in a fetal position and say the world's going crazy and nothing's going to work anymore, and oh my gosh, we're done. That's not how to react to this thing. I think we have to step back and look at the situation, reassess our thinking on a few things, and go ahead and approach it. Keep moving forward. And you'll still be able to add value. And as long as you can add value to people, there's still going to be a place for you. So I guess that's my message is 2021 is going to look a lot different than 2019. But I hope it looks a lot different than 2020. But we've got to get through this year first. Hang on tight, persevere, be stubborn with a purpose, and keep fighting. And we'll be around next year to talk about it.